I wanted to say a few more things before we go into the elections tomorrow. First, still, write in your vote, no matter who you're writing in, but please think about John Shatke. Because automatic counted votes will be stolen. The people who have control of the machines beforehand have the opportunity to have the machines shift votes from one side to the other up according to who they want to win. Don't let that happen. Now, I've already mentioned about wanting to end the drug war by pardoning all the people who have not committed a violent crime. I will, all of the different nonviolent crimes, I will do my best to pardon every single last one of you, one of those people. Now, the next thing, no psychopaths rule, of course. Can't have psychopaths working in government. It's dangerous. But that's going to be applied also to everybody running. And while I can't stop people from being elected who are psychopaths, I most certainly can prevent them from getting a security clearance, can stop them from having access to any secure area. And I have the NSA database if I'm president. That's mine. Yes, it's not admissible in court. But if I can, I will prevent all of our Congress critters from having foreign governments engage in blackmail on them by publicly releasing all of the NSA databases on every single public figure. If they don't want the NSA collecting it anymore, they can certainly make the law change. But that will be a Jonathan Shatke policy. Every single Congress critter, every single judge, every single high-ranking official in government, at all levels of government. I don't care if you're the gosh darn dog catcher or a cop. If you're dirty, I know it. Once I'm the president. And I want the people to know it too. I may not be able to prosecute you because it's collected by a goddamn privacy intrusion, but I sure as hell can make sure that everybody knows you're dirty as shit. I'm not joking around. I'll let the locals take care of their own problems. All I have to do is tell them. Now, would we see recall elections everywhere? Oh, you bet your sweet bippy we would. And so, in order to prevent the next crop of compromised people, everybody running for office, I'm going to do the same damn thing to them. I don't care. It's not my problem if you aren't clean. We have, as our president, the one man in the last goddamn 50 years, maybe longer, who hasn't been a compromised asshole, beholden, since the Kennedy assassination. And they tried everything they could to dig up dirt on him. And they had to fake it. And this, with having every single fucking communication made in this world since the 1970s. And they couldn't find dirt on Donald Trump. That's crazy. So, they did that to him. I'm going to do it right back to them. Except, I know they have dirt. We've got pedophiles. We've got frickin' the Speaker of the House in the 90s was fucking little boys. That's what Denny Hastert went to jail for. God damn. And the FBI knew it ahead of time. Knew it for decades. And they hid it. Because Hoover wanted to do the blackmailing. He wanted to have control over Washington. That's the sort of world we're living in. And I don't want to live in that world. I want to live in a world of justice. If it was up to me, I'd have whatever it takes. I would push for the ability to use illegally obtained evidence, but charge the person who obtained the evidence illegally with a federal crime. Because he obtained the evidence illegally. But it doesn't stop it being evidence. God damn it, if a person is caught with, a kidnapped victim in their trunk, they don't get off because the kidnapped victim what was only discovered after the police searched the car illegally. That's crazy. Of course, I'd want to repeal every single fucking law that doesn't have an actual crime. Somebody hurt. You want to damage your own property? Your problem. You want to damage your own self? Your problem. Government shouldn't be involved. And to make sure government isn't involved, as soon as you get charged with that crime, I'll pardon you. I don't care if it's possession of a metric fuck ton of marijuana or, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Not my problem, not anybody else's problem. You're just a businessman to me. I may not be able to repeal the drug laws. I may not be able to repeal the laws against the blue laws. I may not be able to repeal the laws against opening your business without a license or anything like that, but I can sure as hell pardon you for doing it if they come after you. The United States will have liberty under a Johnny presidency, and you can bet your ass on that. Apple juice. Now, the U.S. government has destroyed a lot of sectors of the economy through taxes, through subsidies to failing companies. I will do everything in my power as president to not pay subsidies and not collect taxes. If I have to declare the United States government bankrupt, default on payments, I don't care. I'll mint the gold in Fort Knox the day I get in. Make $20 gold pieces. We're going back to hard money. Give it all away. We're bankrupt. The government is bankrupt. The people of the United States, by and large, are individually bankrupt. They have more debts than assets, especially if the stock market crashes, which a lot of the stock market is trading at price to earnings ratios that are insane. If you have a price to earnings ratio of 50 or 100, there is no way an investor can ever make back his money through the business that you are running. Those investors are all speculators. Not my problem if a speculator loses his money. I will stop all government-funded research and development. I'm sorry to all the hard-working academics out there who think they can't come up with something that a business consortium will support. But if a business consortium won't support it, what the hell are you doing? We've seen a lot of things that were pie in the sky open field research create some great industries. Nuclear power, the massive industries made possible by the laser. All blue sky. The laser came out of Bell Labs. A lot of these things came out of private industry. The real breakthroughs get done without government, or more increasingly, in spite of government. Government grants make the researcher push for satisfying the grant instead of satisfying science. And it's wrong, and it doesn't help. And it's led to a decay of real science and a drop in true innovation. Professors are supposed to have tenure in order to allow them to pursue their science and help the next generation get ready to pursue science. Instead, they've used tenure to corrupt the minds of the youth because they can't be fired without a long and lengthy, troublesome process. To the point where now all of our college administrations are also leftists with no basis in reality. I can't stop a system like that, but maybe I can stop giving it money. maybe I can make a ruling that if the if the governors and administration of a university allow anybody to be openly Marxist, I can say that's perfectly fine. That's your right. But it's the right of the United States government to not fund an anti-freedom movement. And so no student going to such a university will receive Pell Grants or guaranteed student loans. I can make an argument for that under the law. It can be solved. I don't expect to get elected. I don't expect anybody to even notice this, but it can be solved. Now, Black Lives Matter has been declared, Antifa has been declared a domestic terrorist group. Anywhere Antifa shows up as president, I would have authority to go and arrest them. And anybody else rioting with them. That would start the day I'm inaugurated. No doubt. Have no doubt. Because a domestic terrorist organization has shown themselves to be in insurrection against the United States. And that I can use the military for. So I'm putting Antifa on notice. If I am elected, or if anybody sane is elected, they should do the same. In any case, I certainly hope that the leftists, the rioters, recognize the hopelessness of their task, recognize that the American people want peace and quiet, prosperity and joy, want to go about their lives with minimal intervention by any government. Someday I hope this flag can fly high, proud as the land of the free, over the land of the free again. But right now, we are not the land of the free. We are not the home of the brave. We are the land of the craven politician. We are the land of the mercilessly tyrannically oppressed. Both financially, physically, not secure in our persons or property. I would push for an amendment that all crimes must be committed by a person, and that any charging for a crime must be against an actual person. The idea of charging a crime against an object is insane. Objects do not have volition. I would push for an amendment. Simple amendments. Simple amendments. That the federal government does not get to issue specie, okay, or use specie, not specie, paper money. That only gold and silver coin will be accepted as payment for taxes, and only gold and silver coin will be issued as legal tender. In order to clarify the coinage clause of the Constitution, which apparently wasn't strong enough to keep the currency safe. If we see a deflation of 100 times, that would be fine. It doesn't matter if a loaf of bread costs $1 or a penny, as long as the effort put into making it makes that a profit. Numbers on paper aren't reality. Actual wealth is. I did the numbers today on GDP without taxes. Because every dollar taken in taxes is a dollar that the government has just repurposed. It doesn't add anything to the GDP, to actual wealth production, to take a dollar from one place and tax it. Take a dollar that somebody has earned somewhere, tax it, and then distribute it somewhere else. All that does is change where it's distributed. There were only like 8 quarters of contracting GDP by that measure since World War II. And only 2 of them were consecutive. Twice. 1958. And now. The 1958 was a real recession. Now is a false recession, caused by literally using stormtroopers to keep people from doing their business. Abject partisan insanity. I'm not a perfect person. Never have been, never will be. But I am dedicated to freedom. And who knows? If you write in John Shatke, I might become president. Peace and joy to you all.